Fox News alert: after 72 hours of silence, Attorney General Merrick Garland came out of hiding and confessed that he okayed the raid.
There are, however, certain points I want you to know. First, I personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter.
Garland may have pulled the trigger, but he got the go-ahead from Joe. How do we know? Biden told aides he wanted Trump prosecuted. Quote, Mr. Biden confided to his inner circle that he believed former President Donald Trump was a threat to democracy and should be prosecuted. He has said privately that he wanted Mr. Garland to act less like a ponderous judge and more like a prosecutor who's willing to take decisive action over the events of January 6th. Garland got the message and did what the big guy wanted. But the raid was a replay of the Mueller investigation. Remember when Trump handed over thousands and thousands of documents, showed the special counsel everything, and they still tried to charge him with obstructing a crime that he didn't commit? The same thing happened this summer. Trump's team cooperated. It was friendly. They handed over boxes that the liberal librarian wanted over at the archive. But the feds still slapped Trump with a subpoena in June, and Trump kept cooperating. A team flew down to Mar-a-Lago. Trump's lawyers showed them what was in boxes. They said, whatever you're looking for, here, just take it. They all had a nice lunch by the pool, probably. Trump poked his head in at one point and said, hey, guys, whatever you need, have at it. No problems. The Fed said, okay, just keep this stuff secured in here, and told him to throw an extra lock on it, real tight. And they did. They threw some extra locks on the room. Everything seemed fine. You know how lawyers are. It's always a process. You know, they bill by the hour. And some of this stuff wasn't even documents. It was like golf balls and Oval Office raincoats. You know, Trump's a memento guy. You've seen inside his office. There's a lot of clutter, memorabilia. Trump's team thought they'd give him everything they asked for. But the next thing you know, 30 guys show up with guns and want to look in Melania's closet. What changed?
The department does not take such a decision lightly. Where possible, it is standard practice to seek less intrusive means as an alternative to a search and to narrowly scope any search that is undertaken.
The search was narrow? 36 dudes spent 12 hours in your house? 12 hours? I mean, I know it's a big house, but if they knew what they were looking for and they had just been there a couple weeks before, why'd they turn the place inside out? Why are you snooping through the First Lady's walk-in closet? You think Trump's hiding classified documents in Melania's clothes when he has a safe downstairs? Oh, yeah, and they cracked the safe open, too, and it was empty. How dumb does that look? And then they say they had a mole on the inside, and the mole told them where Trump was hiding documents. So why'd the search take all day? Well, either the mole's an idiot or the mole doesn't exist. This was just a fishing expedition to dig up anything they could use to hurt the guy with. I mean, they might charge him with something. They obviously want to charge him, or they wouldn't have gone in so heavy. If they found out what they wanted, why'd they wait 3 days to talk about it? Why'd Garland show up 45 minutes late to his own press conference? Did they have to wait for Joe to go on vacation with Hunter so he doesn't have to answer any questions? What a middle finger to America, by the way. You raid your opponent's house and then fly to the beach with your crooked son, while your impish attorney general covers up your family's crimes and dirties up your political enemy? But Garland, no, he says this isn't political at all. They'd raid the home of any president over bad bookkeeping.
Upholding the rule of law means applying the law evenly, without fear or favor. Under my watch, that is precisely what the Justice Department is doing. All Americans are entitled to the even-handed application of the law, to due process of the law, and to the presumption of innocence.
When's Trump ever been presumed innocent? I mean, the man's never been convicted of a crime in his life, but he's been wiretapped and raided more than any politician in history. Hillary had 4 years of classified docs at her house. She didn't get raided. Due process? They judge shopped to a guy that hates Trump so much, he had to recuse himself from a Trump case because he admitted he couldn't be fair. That's the judge that signed off on the warrant. Applying the law evenly, both Trump's lawyers had their homes raided. His campaign manager had his home raided. His advisor had his home raided. His other advisor was illegally wiretapped. His other advisor was shackled and strip searched. Can you guys name a Democrat that that's happened to? No, just one. Can you name one Democrat that any of that's happened to? They better have had more than cocktail napkins and dinner menus and love letters from Little Rocket Man. I don't want to hear they found some small ball piece of paper like a memo about Madagascar. The Attorney General has to use discretion, right? When you come at the king, you best not miss. He didn't have to do this. Garland better find the nuclear football in there, or this thing is a major scandal. He says we're going to file a motion and make the warrant public. So what? What does that prove? You guys cook up phony warrants all the time. What's that going to tell us? We need to see what you thought Trump had, and we need to see what you got. And how are we supposed to trust you? I mean, after you've been caught planting evidence and rigging investigations for years on the guy. We're trusting the same guys that framed him the last time around? I mean, look at Rudy. They raided Rudy's house, took 6 computers, all of his phones, and a year later, they never charged him. They said, all right, we're good. What? The strategy is basically raid first, ask questions later. Or on second thought, don't ask questions.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.